Hi there, students. Scramble. To scramble, a scramble. Well, you probably all know scrambled eggs, where you take eggs and you beat them up and you put them in a pan. So, to scramble has several meanings. The first meaning is to make things into a random order, to put them in disorder, to disorganize them, to mix them up. So he was a bit drunk and he scrambled his words. He's changing the order, he's changing the arrangement of his words. My desk is really untidy and the things are scrambled all over it. Yeah? Thrown everywhere in total disorder. After the shock, my thoughts were scrambled. They were mixed up. They were not clear. So, to mix up, to make into random order. To scramble. To move over rough ground or up a slope, up a hill. Particularly if you're using your hands and as well as your feet to do it. So, he scrambled up the steep bank. He scrambled over the rough terrain, the rough ground. You could even say he scrambled through the hedge. Notice with this meaning of scramble, we also use it to mean to move quickly, maybe in a rather undignified way. The children were scampering about, they were scurrying about, okay? They were scampering about, scrambling about. Also with this, we can use to scramble to mean to rush, to struggle, or to compete, particularly for a prize or for something. So people scrambled to get the free food. They jostled and pushed each other to get the free food. People scrambled to get the last available seats for the concert. So they are competing, maybe in a rather undignified way. When the shooting started, the soldiers scrambled for cover. So they went as quickly as they could, maybe using their hands and knees, jumping, diving, all sorts of things like that. Okay, so, to scramble, to mix up or to move rapidly, particularly climbing something with your hands and knees, or to compete for something, yeah, to try hard. People were scrambling for the jobs. Now, there is a sport with motorbikes called scrambling, motocross. This is, scrambling is using motorbikes to go over rough ground. Particularly they have scrambling courses where maybe there are some small obstacles or things like that. Scrambling, yeah, to take a motorbike, to race a motorbike over rough open ground. And then also they use scramble in telecommunications. Perhaps military radio communications are scrambled. They are mixed up. The signal is mixed up, so you can only understand what the person is saying if you have the correct receiver to unscramble it. If you have satellite TV, you've probably got a box, and this is something to unscramble the signal. So while we're on the subject of to unscramble, to resolve a problem, to get everything in its right place, he managed to unscramble the problem. I managed to unscramble the numbers. Okay, so to resolve something, to sort it out, to make it ordered again. Okay, what about the origin of this? Well, they say that this one is onomatopoeic. Onomatopoeia is a word that sounds like it means. So scrambling, scramble, 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 scramble. And I guess that's the idea. Okay, what about formality? I would say this word is neutral formality, maybe slightly informal. Is definitely very good for an informal conversation. I think he scrambled up the hill. Could you use that formally? You could use it descriptively, but I think scramble as a formal word, the accounts were scrambled. They were mixed up. I think I would use something different. They were confused. They were not clear. With this meaning of to scramble to get something, there was a scramble to obtain the last available pieces in the shop. I think that I would keep to formal. People struggled to get it more formally. The kids were scrambling about. Informal, very definitely. The kids were running about. Scrambled eggs, well, scrambled eggs are scrambled eggs. You could use that in even the most formal of situations. Scrambling of the sport, you could use formally and informally. A scrambler for military communications, informal and formal as well. But I think for something very formal, probably generally try to avoid the word scramble. Notice as well, it's a regular verb. Scramble, scrambled, scrambled. So, to scramble, to mix up the order of something in random, to put it in disorder, to change the order or arrangement of something. To scramble up a slope or a hill, particularly using your hands as well as your legs or your feet. Also meaning to go quickly, maybe not in the most dignified way. To rush. And then to compete for something. People scramble to get the last available seat. Then you've got scrambling, motocross, to scramble a signal that needs to be unscrambled in telecommunications. So there you go, to scramble, a scramble. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.